What's going on? Happy Monday, out and about, making the drive, going to work, getting things done. I hope everyone's pumped and excited as I am to start the week, and keeping myself accountable and honest. I said I was going to make videos. I said I was going to put my thoughts out there, and this is what I'm going to do. So we're going to do 5 quick minutes, and I just want to talk about basically one thing. I've pretty much bounced off and left Reddit, like straight up. I don't believe that a safe space can exist without free speech. And that community, which I've been a part of for well over a decade, probably 12 or 13 years, man. I was an early adopter. I was on it, sitting in my office job, wasting away as every millennial was. And I've been there a long time, but I've had to basically dial it back and get off of it. I was banned from pretty much every major subreddit on there for varying reasons and varying opinions and varying actions, and it is what it is. Like, yeah, I get it. They're about to go IPO, they're cleaning the platform, and yet you can get all sorts of pornography and all sorts of things, but certain opinions and certain thought processes are really dangerous, I guess. But man, whatever. I think back to when Obama was elected and stuff back in 2012 and 2016, and where I was at politically with my ideology. And, you know, I tell my guys and I tell my helpers and my workers and everybody that'll listen that back when Obama was elected, it was the grandest of time to be a young 20-something-year-old. There was an air of optimism and hope and change, and we were gonna freaking do it. And I tell people straight up, I was like, when Obama was elected, we were throwing a party, we were smoking blunts, and it was the greatest time ever. Like, we were coming out of the Bush era and the Iraq war in Afghanistan and all that stuff, and it was quite the drag. It was a bad feeling, but Obama was going to change it all for us, and that was where I was coming politically. And now we're like 15 years or however many years out from that time period, 10 plus years, and oh my goodness, politically my beliefs have not changed. Like, I'm still fairly socially liberal and open-minded and a progressive, but, you know, financially and fiscally, I don't know, man. Now I've stayed here, and the party, the Democratic Party and the Liberal Party of the United States has shifted so far over to the extreme that I am now at best a moderate and at worst a freaking Republican. Like, I haven't changed my beliefs. I haven't changed any of my thinking, except my political peers have now gone so far down the rabbit hole that I can't get on board with it, man. I don't believe in what they're pushing and what they're doing. And when it comes down to it, Joe Biden's going to run for re-election because he has to. He's an incumbent Democratic president. Any incumbent is going to run for re-election because, duh, that's what you do. But truthfully, what they just did with this changing of the home buying rules that take effect on May 1st, and if you don't know about it, I'll give you a very simplified version. Basically, effective May 1st, if you're buying a home in the United States of America and you've got good credit, and I'm talking like a 680 and above, you will now be paying, as a part of the closing costs, an extra 1% of the purchase price. So if it's a $600,000 house, you will be paying an extra $6,000. And you're like, well, what does that money go to? What's it going to be used for? That money, from people who have been financially responsible and have money and good credit, will go to help subsidize lower income people who are riskier bets. And those folks who are now, I think it's 620 and below, or a 580 and below. I'm not sure exactly where the line is, but they're somewhere in there. They will now receive a 1.75% discount based on the purchase price. So that same number on a $600,000 house, if I've got to pay $6,000, they're going to get, I don't know, does that work out to like $8,400 rebate on closing costs? That's substantial. That's huge money. And because of that reason alone, they're buying votes. They're trumpeting the so far liberal flag and marking a stance and drawing a line in the sand that like we are so progressive, we are so woke, and we respect the diversity of opinion and inclusion, and we're the most diverse cabinet in the history of ever. We've got more trans people, more people of color, more this, more that, more that. The identity politics of it is like, it lacks substance, and it's just purely for the optics of it. It's like, look how open and inclusive we are, and that's good. We should have open and inclusiveness in our government, because we need a representation sample of all the people in this country. But let's be honest, those subset minority groups are a subset minority group where they are a fraction of a percent of the population. They're not the regular you and me people. Dude, it's purely for optics. It's purely for, look at us, look at how progressive we are. But if you look at the substance of what they're doing, dude, it lacks, it falls short. We're not making the country better in any way, shape, or form. Like, we're not making it better for future generations 20 years from me, 30 years from us. Like, dude, they're gonna come into a world and be like, either one, so duped and sheepled that they can't critically think for themselves, or our country's just not going to be here. It's going to be something else. Like, the divisions are going to divide us so far that we break apart and become something else. And that's terrifying to me, because I am through and through, I love America. I am an American. I believe in our values, all of it. And yeah, man, that's it. This went on longer than I thought. I went for a little political rant, but essentially, the Joe Biden administration has lost my vote. There's no way I can support them. And the terrifying thing is who's my other choice gonna be? Like, who is my other choice gonna be? The guy, the other guy that I spent freaking 4 years making fun of? 4 years making fun of that guy? And then I'm gonna have to turn around and just like, I gotta vote for him? Like, man, and then what do? Not vote? Like, I've got a bachelor's degree in political science with a focus in international relations, comparative politics. Like, I am a studied person in regards to the political system of this country, and I'm not represented in any way, shape, or form. Someone find me a moderate. Find me somebody who can solve problems and work with both sides. But the problem is both sides now have fractured and gone so far off that there is no middle ground anymore, and it is terrifying. But anyways, that's all I got. I was just kind of going to run my mouth for a couple of minutes, and I've done it, and I basically went over the key points. Basically, I've quit Reddit because there's no such thing as a safe space without free speech. Like, like, you've got to be able to, like, this is America. Like, you've got to be able to run your mouth and talk shit about everybody and anybody. Nobody is protected. Everyone is open to be made fun of, because, like, it's freaking America, dude. Like, you want to be so progressive and so woke, well, then you need to toughen up and be able to stand by the decisions that you're making in life. And whatever, dude, you know, good luck if you're trying to buy a home and you've got good credit and good down payment, because it's going to cost more money. And if you got bad credit and, you know, a couple $1,000, FHA will help you out, and they're going to set you up, man. But I sure hope you can continue paying your bills, because the whole financial crisis and everything like that, let's put a bunch more people who can't afford houses into houses they can't afford. That worked out really well for us the last time, about a decade ago. And, you know, economic cycles are cyclical. They go up, down, back and forth, up, down, back and forth, you know. Good luck, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are out there working, fighting the good fight and all that fun stuff, and making that money. And, you know, govern yourself accordingly. We're protected by the U.S. Constitution. We're American citizens. Know your rights. Know what you can and can't do. And with that, man, be safe out there. Have a great week. Bye.